Fun live, yeah. Having trouble stringing my words together today. So glad you guys are already waiting for me. Thank you for being here. Got lots of fun things to talk about today. Mostly Christmas things, holiday kind of stuff, but we're okay with that, right? Well, let me go ahead and just start out with the most important thing, and that is saying hey to everybody in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and before I get started, Archer Nace, thank you so much for that $20 donation. We've added that um, to our funds here, and so we're up to $65 towards the next song. But more about that too. I've got some fun things planned that I would like. Okay, so we have Stephanie. She says, "Can't wait to see what you have going on today, Bonnie." Thank you, Stephanie. Lots of things. I'm looking at my basket here. I can show you pieces. I can't give you a lot of details, but I do have a lot. And Wanda Gordon, whenever you watch later today, hi Wanda. We're thinking of you from Bahama, North Carolina. And Kelly Hart, glad to have you with us, sweetheart. She says, watching from Tucson. She says, I don't do live here, but I work at and Toto too. Okay. Um, Live in Vail with my sister Patty. Okay, great. And we have Jacqueline's from a chilly Los Angeles. She says, pray all is well. I agree with you that I do pray that everything is well. And I know the things that aren't well, everything is at least in control. Um, all right, this thing is moving on me. Okay, let me make sure we are live. Oh, we are live. I just wanted to verify that. And Kelly says, I'm crocheting a braided cowl. I'd love to see that, Kelly, if you want to send me a photo at some point. Um, we have Brad's mom. Hello there, Brad's mom. And she says, good morning, Bonnie, and all my yarnies from cloudy, cold southwest Chicago suburbs. Yeah, we have got sunshine today here, guys, but it is deceptive because it's in the mid 50s. And I know for you guys, north of the Mason Dixon line and in north and west, and of course our Canada friends are just laughing because, oh, that's summer. But that's chilly here. People have that's chilly down here in the south. So it's starting to feel like Christmas, and it's supposed to get like below freezing for the Christmas week. So we'll see how that goes, and if there's any precipitation, there's a lot of excitement about the possibility of snow. We'll see. Um, if you're from South Carolina, I am not the weather person. I'm just speculating in case there happens to be, some moisture in the air. You know what can happen. Just think winter of '89 for those of you who are in the Myrtle Beach area. You remember winter of '89? We had about 16 inches of snow in the yard here. My only white Christmas on record ever, but it was wild. All right. Um, okay, we have Linda. Good. She says, good morning from frosty Western Washington. Ooh, I bet it is cool up there. And Archer Nace, again, thank you. And she says, I'm working but wanted to wish a happy Christmas and happy birthday to Jesse. Thank you. That was so sweet of you. And yes, thank you for doing that. And okay, now she says, happy birthday to Jesus. Hope the holiday is happy. Please pray for all the homeless humans and pets. Okay, Archer Nace is a huge cat lover. Love the Christmas card, by the way. Thank you so much for sending that, Terry. It's a picture of a Christmas tree with kitties photos stacked. It was just pretty cute. Um, yeah, great. Where did I go here? Oh, we have Judy. Says Merry Christmas to everyone from a winter wonderland in Minnesota. Wow. I watched a movie last night that was filmed in Minnesota during the holidays. It's like, it was pretty wild. It was an old movie, but it reminded me of what your life might be like once the snow comes, Judy. And we have Angie. Good to see you. And Love to Craft. And Alana. She says, cheer to all of you here. Hi, y'all. Well, hi, y'all. Back at you, Alana. And Sandra Clausen says, today is my dad's birthday. He's 93. Well, please tell him we said happy birthday, Sandra, and please give him a hug from us, okay? That is amazing. What a blessing to have your dad at 93. I lost mine at an early age of, well, 76. So enjoy every minute that you can with your sweet dad. And we have Cynthia from North Carolina. Hi, neighbor. And yeah, Alana, yeah, bless your dad, absolutely. And Joni says, Bonnie got a question that I don't understand. I'm trying to read this. Okay, um, the sign is like a symbol to a symbol in crochet, as instructed in general instructions. That's a great question, Joni. Oftentimes, what that means is just repeat what is inside those symbols. Like if it says repeat from, and then it has like a star, what that means is just repeat from that star again and again and again until you get to the end of the row or the round usually. If you need more information on that, just email me at bonniebay@me.com. I'll go ahead and type in my email. It is in the video description below. Bonnie Bay at me.com. And just feel free to send me an email whenever. I do respond. It's not a it's not a bot, it's not a secretary or anybody like that. It's me, myself, and I. So if there's a delay over the weekends, just know that it's because it's the weekend, and I'll get back when I have a chance as soon as I can. Thank you, Kelly. She says she's praying for the homeless and the pets. That's a good thing to do. Hey, Wanda, Crochet Down My Way, Wanda, our truck driving friend. Good to have you. I hope you're staying safe. That weather I know is getting bad for you out there. Do be careful, my friend. I know you are, but thank you for what you do, especially this time of the year so that we can get our Christmas gifts to everybody we know and love. And yeah, Beth H in the chat. Hey, Beth. And Gail from Alaska. Wow, I know you're cold. And I would love to go to Alaska sometime. That's on my list. That's on my, I don't know if you call it a bucket list or a wish list, but I would love, love, love to see where you are in that 49th state. And we have Angela from Montreal. Hey, Angela, so glad our Canada friends could visit us. And Hockey Queen, she says, good to see you from Arkansas. Woo, that's a cool name. Do you have a favorite team, hockey team? That would be cool. Just curious, do you play? I've never played hockey, but we sure like to cheer for our local, our Caps, um, especially when they're doing well. And Ovechkin is doing very well. Those of you who are hockey people, he just hit his 800th goal, and he did it with a hat trick. For those of you who know what that means, so wish I could have been there to see that, but I imagine they were happy that night. Wow, I heard about it after the fact. We have, is it Fabaine? I'm probably not pronouncing that right, but she says bonjour from France. Well, bonjour. So glad you could be here. I'm sorry my French is non-existent, but I love your beautiful country too, by the way. And Kelly Dice, she says, hi Bonnie, excited to be able to catch a live today. Wishing you and your family a Merry Christmas. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. I get to see my husband in probably a week. I have about 6 or 7 more days to wait. I'm really, really excited. You know, people count down the days to Christmas. I'm counting down the days where I get to see him again. So excited for them to come, for my husband and for Hannah to come down to South Carolina so that we can all be together. And it looks like all but one of my children and his wife are going to be able to come as long as nobody gets sick in the meantime. So we're really excited about that. We have Jean in the chat. She says, hi Bonnie, I've been using your stitches. Well, good, my friend. I'm so glad to hear that. And Vicky, she says, greetings from Chile, Maryland. Hey Vicky, you're hi back to you and my home state. Missing you guys this time of the year. Missing my car too, but anyway, I digress. What we have, is it Passy Blonde? Well, anyway, a friend of ours from France. bonjour to you. And Red Hooked from Ohio, good to have you in the chat. And Mary from a chilly, rainy New York. And Jean, she says, making some great blankets. Oh, that's wonderful. And Michelle, she says, back home in cold Montana from warm California, but I finally get to watch a live after missing it for 2 weeks. Well, welcome back, Michelle. I'm so glad you could join us. And Janet, and hey, Esther, so good to see you, sweetheart. I saw your post. I don't know if it was yesterday or today. I hope you got some rest. She says, joining in before I go to work later. Thank you for being there with us for us, Esther, and Elaine, and Kelly. And Kelly says, hit that like button and subscribe. If you guys can, if you're not subscribed already, please consider subscribing. You won't miss any notifications. Yeah, if you can hit that like button, that just tells the bots and doing behind the scenes work to let more people know about crochet. And thank you for that reminder, Nelly. I'm not very good at that one. We have Leah from Saskatchewan, Canada. Whoa! She said, I recently found you on YouTube and I cannot wait to follow and make many of your works. Well, welcome, Leah. It's so good to have you, my Canada friend. How wonderful to have some of you guys with us. I have some really, really wonderful friends that I send Christmas cards to every year in Canada. Guys had a good week this week. I got all my Christmas cards, my Christmas letter written cards are in the mail. I love doing that. But you know how it feels. It's just like something that's hanging over your head until you get it done. So I got about 90 cards out this year, and about 10 or 15 of the, no, 9 of this, I'm sorry, 9 of those went outside the country. So mostly to Japan, a couple to Ireland, Canada. So just really excited to get those out. And I got almost all my Christmas presents wrapped. Going very simple this year. Not as simple as the first Christmas, as you know. They didn't even have a place to stay, but close. Very simple this year for our family. We're so blessed. We really don't need a lot of things, but was able to bring some things back from my trip recently, just small things, and that was pretty much what I'm giving people. So real excited that all but just a couple little things are done, wrapped, sitting under the tree here in South Carolina. So really excited about that. I want to tell you before I keep on going, I want to try to greet everybody in the chat. And Hannah is here. Hey Hannah, thank you for joining us. And Ann Butler, let me just finish out. And yeah, okay. And I see Jeannie from the Proverbs 31 lady. Welcome, Jeannie. I hope you and your family are doing well. Please give your son a hug for me. He is such a sweetheart. Oh, good. She says, Jeremiah said hello and Merry Christmas. He hopes you have a good one and a Happy New Year. Thank you, Jeannie. I wish the same for you guys too. Love meeting you in Pittsburgh. And we have Joanne from Dorset, England. Wow. She says, good to catch you live tonight. Yeah, you guys are like 6 hours ahead. So thank you for joining us. It must be probably at sunset or past sunset where you are now. And Kathy from Western New York. And Cynthia, I'm going to get to my announcement in just a second, guys. I just want to finish up here. And Cynthia, she says, just finished the holiday throw. Another beautiful pattern and tutorial. Good. That's an oldie but goodie, I think, if I'm allowed to say that. And thank you for your kind comment there, Cynthia. I so appreciate that. And Sophie from Pennsylvania, she said, follow all your videos and done many projects. I love the cable stitch because of your videos. Great. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too, Sophie. Thank you so much for that kind comment. Oh, thank you, Jeannie. She says, love the top. I got this. I was out shopping. I was out shopping with my mother-in-law this week, and we were having a good time. And we were looking for something. I forget what we were even looking for. We went to the Dollar Tree, and then, if you can't find it at the Dollar Tree locally here, we kind of upped the ante, and we went to Big Lots, and I found this at Big Lots, and it was very inexpensive. But you know what? I know it's a low-cost kind of a place, but I've gotten 2 shirts from Big Lots in my lifetime, and they have become my favorites. They fit well, made of good fiber. It's a good blend, and so thank you. And I saw that with the llamas. I'm like, I've got to have that. And I left all my other Christmas shirts at home in Maryland. Dumb, 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 dumb. But so now I have something to wear while I'm down here. So really, really excited about that. So I don't know if they have these at your Big Lots, but check it out. It's a sweatshirt, but it's a lightweight sweatshirt, which is really nice for the South. So anyway, and it's a great shirt for layering as well. I wore this out Christmas caroling this week. I went out with a local church, the church that Hannah attends when she's here in town, and I'm really becoming great friends with a lot of these people. There are a couple of the ladies there that crochet, so of course we've gone out together at the local coffee shop and just took up a lot of space too much for way too long drinking our tea, or me my tea, them their coffee, but just having a great time. So we went out Christmas caroling to a lot of the shut-ins. It was cold. The night that we went, it was about 50 degrees, 45 to 50 degrees out. So I was layering and had my Christmas hat on. I had this on for the last broadcast. I guess I could put it on, but honestly, it's a little warm down here this week. It was a little colder last week, but if you're looking to make a fun, I'll put it on. If you're looking to make a fun Christmas hat, the long stocking hat is on my YouTube channel. It's been up there for years. I think there's a link in the video description below. Actually, there is. That has a list of quick gift ideas. So if you're looking to make something that takes, let's say, 3 hours or less, there are some gifts on there that you can whip up in 30 minutes. I'm not kidding. Those cotton dishcloths, 30-40 minutes each, and you can just whip them out one after the other. But this took me 2.5 hours, including making the pom-pom. So I would say, if you're not a real fast crocheter, I mean 3 to 4 hours, you can have a hat like this. And let me tell you what I did. I told the folks last week, but I only did 11 stripes instead of the 12 in the pattern, so that I would have the red, white alternation, so that I could end with the white at the top. Or you could just keep going and do an extra stripe, however you want to do it. And I just used some of the actually Red Heart yarn that I had in my basket, and then I had to go buy some white, so I went up to Walmart and got some of their mainstays. They're cheap acrylic yarn, and it works fine. So anyway, you're looking for a long stocking hat, give it a try. It's very easy. It's just double crochet round and around and around, and then you have the option of working ribbing at the end. Simple Simon kind of stuff. And if you're an absolute beginner, I think you can do this. It is as easy as that. I think an absolute beginner can do this. Just make sure that you keep count of your stitches. That's all. All right. I wanted to tell you about next week. Next week, I'm toying with the idea of going live, but on a different channel, and I wanted to let you know that. I have another channel that I haven't really spent a lot of time with lately. Just life has just been so busy traveling and caring for family and doing stuff. But I do have a separate music channel that's loosely it's affiliated with it's my channel. And I think there is if you go to my main page, my home page on this channel, you'll see listing of channels, and I think I'm pretty sure it's there. It's called Sapphire Freeway. There isn't a whole lot there. It's just music mostly. But I thought it would be really fun if I'm going to check to make sure I can do this on the other channel. I'm going to try to go live next week, and we're just going to do some Christmas carols and just some Christmas chatty kind of stuff. And so what I was going to ask you all to do for me is to please tell me a Christmas carol or 2 or even 3 that you would like me to play. I just have my flute and I have a penny whistle. Those are the only instruments I brought down with me on this last trip. Remember, I had to pack the car in a hurry. Hannah was sick and I needed to relieve her, and had 9 hours of driving, and so I didn't have a lot of time to pack, so I just kind of threw things in. I do have a guitar here, but it's not my favorite guitar. Oh well, anyway. But what I was going to do is just try to have a fun kind of a Christmas play Christmas music and interact with you guys live. But I wanted to do it on my music channel because I really am trying to grow that channel for a number of reasons. But it just would fit better on a music channel than on a crochet channel, if you know what I mean. But if you could, you can post your favorite song in the chat, and I will take note of that. And what I'll try to do is maybe whittle it down to a list of everybody's favorites and try to go from that. And if I thought about taking requests live, but I thought, that could get a little tricky, especially if I don't have the music on hand or if I've never heard the song. So I thought I could just pick from a list and just kind of read to you guys. And maybe interact, kind of back and forth, and we can just try it and see how it goes. Oh, thank you, Hannah. You're so sweet. Hannah just sent me a note saying, I'm so glad you came down to take care of me. There was no other place I would want to have been, Hannah, than to be with you guys. I really am looking after you. I need you, girl. I need you to be there for me. For us, Hannah's just serving our family so heroically, and yeah, there's no other place I would have wanted to be, Hannah. Nothing more important. All right, so if you guys want to put your song that you would like in the chat, or you can email it to me. If you're watching a rebroadcast of this, once it's no longer live, you can just put it in the comment section below. I do read those. I read all that I can. And I'm the only one checking, and I'm the only one who's doing that. So thank you for doing that in advance. All right. Let me get back to, there's one other thing. One other thing I wanted to tell you before I forget, because I hadn't even penciled it in on my list that I'm looking at. My son-in-law put together another video for the Biblical History Center. They have a YouTube channel. And if you haven't subscribed to that and you're interested in those sorts of things, please subscribe. They would love to grow that. And my son-in-law is very gifted in doing social media. He's kind of their social media person now, and he also leads tours there. And if you're in anywhere near LaGrange, Georgia, please stop into the Biblical History Center. They have some wonderful programs going on. Including having, live camels and all sorts of things this time of the year, as you can imagine, since it's, celebration of Christmas. And he put up a video recently, and it's called 3 Things You Probably Didn't Know About the Nativity. I found it fascinating because what they do is they go really beyond tradition, because a lot of times tradition, I won't give anything away. And it is good information. It's good stuff. It's biblically based. It's highly researched. But anyway, it's very entertaining. It's short, and you might learn something. I learned stuff. I just got back from having the honor of and privilege of being able to visit Israel and Jerusalem and some surrounding areas there. And what he said makes a lot of sense. And one thing he doesn't mention, I won't even talk about it. Check it out in the video description. I don't want to give anything away. There's also another video there that he has on the 3 wise men. Were there really 3? Were there more? I mean, just throw that out there. Scripture says the wise men came from the east. Okay, a lot of tradition will get, it's kind of like movie makers. They will add stuff in, and then pretty soon people believe the movie more than they believe the original source that the movies are based upon, if you know what I mean. So it's one of those things where it kind of makes things a lot more clear. So there is a video on the 3 wise men. Who were they? What were they doing there? What was that all about? So check those out, and when you do, tell them Bonnie sent you. Tell them Bonnie said to say hi. I can't wait to get down there again. I really want to get down there for one of their programs. And of course, during the holidays, Christmas, Easter, they have some pretty fantastic programs going on there. But anyway, let me go ahead. I just want to get back to saying hi to you guys, but I did want to tell you, please check out those videos. They're very short. They're just a few minutes long, each of them. So anyway, okay, I had to check that off. I forgot about that last week. And oh, okay, we have Michelle's Crochet Creations in our chat today. Hey, Michelle, it's good, so good to have you from Indiana. And Deborah says, hello, sweet ladies and gentlemen. Hope everyone's having great weather today. 57 and sunny in southwest Louisiana. And that's about what it's like here. um, we've got some really, really good weather system going on right now. And we have Sherry from snowy New Hampshire. Wow. And she says, Merry Christmas. Ooh, I love New Hampshire, Sherry. Been up there several times, mostly with crochet conferences and traveling with family. I used to live just south of there in Massachusetts, in Andover, Massachusetts, but that's been a long time ago, since that was 80, 88, 89, long time ago. And we have, let me see, Michelle says, you are almost done with Christmas stuff. I have been so busy, I haven't done anything except hang a wreath. We aren't doing a gift exchange this year, just big family Christmas dinner. Well, Michelle, that you got what's important done. Just being with family is mostly what we're all about. We don't go real big on Christmas giving, um, but I just love hanging out with my guys. I mean, we love to bless them, of course, but um, yeah, well, just love, just getting out, like going caroling. I have to talk about that in a minute. We went, like I said, we went caroling with a group, a really good group of people from the local church here, and it was, I mean, that's what it's all about, and just blessing others, especially those who can't get out, and it was just so much fun to sing Christmas carols, and then it dawned on me when I'm out there, I'm like, I haven't been able to do this since COVID, so this is the first time we were out and really celebrating the way I like to celebrate. And just to let you know, I did get out to Walmart and play some carols on my flute next to the guy with the Salvation Army. He was so sweet. He was such a sweet man. His name is Tim. So Tim, if you're watching, hello. But there's no way Tim knows that this is a thing because I didn't go into crochet stuff with him. But he's very sweet. He works for the Salvation Army, obviously, and I stayed out as long as I could, but after about 30 minutes, and it was like 51 degrees and the wind was blowing, I could not feel my fingers any longer, so I had to pack it in early. But, if the weather, heats up a little bit more, I may try that again, but I don't know. I'm finding it outside playing is not a good thing if you can't feel your fingers. I felt like, they got to where I felt like I was wearing gloves. They just felt huge, but makes for very poor playing at that point. Anyway, um, oh, good, Hannah. I'm glad things are working for you. And Teresa was here. She says, "Sorry, I'm late. Hello from a very, I guess that's is it damp and cold Utah. Just working on your glazed pecan cabled lap blanket. Oh, thank you, Teresa. That's one of my favorite blankets, by the way. It didn't get a lot of airtime when I released it for some reason. I guess it just didn't take. Maybe it just scared people because it looked too complicated. I don't know. But if you want to check that one out, it's a lot of fun. It's a smaller blanket, or you could make it with thicker yarn and it'll be a bigger blanket. It's really funny how that works. But that is one of my favorites. It has the crazy changing cable down the middle of the blanket, and like three or four of them. I can't remember. I think it's three. So yeah, we have June. Says hi from snowy northern Indiana. Merry Christmas. Well, Merry Christmas to you too, June. What a beautiful name. Um, and Teresa said that should be a cold and snowy Utah. Okay, great. I figured something happened there. You're with friends, I promise, because we all use these computers a lot, and if you use your phone, and I cannot tell you how many times that the auto spell will change my word right as I'm hitting the go button, and what is delivered is nothing like what I sent. So I get that. That's why I was trying to decipher it, knowing that that's probably what happened. Um, Oh, thank you for encouraging my daughter, Terry. You're so sweet. I hope Hannah, you should come with me to Pittsburgh next year. I don't know if we can work that out. Maybe we can get coverage for Grandma for a few days. We can. I would love for you to come to Pittsburgh with me. You would like it there. Um, and Stephanie wants to know what is the name of the cotton dishcloths. Stephanie, I have several, but if you look in the video description, I have a list of it's a playlist of videos for quick crochet gifts. If you just click on that link, it'll show pictures of the thumbnails of the videos, and I think there are at least four different dishcloths. One is a basket weave, one is the easy round dishcloth, which is one of my favorites personally. It's just all single crochets, done in a round. You need to use a stitch marker. There's one that's just a beginner, which is an absolute beginner single crochet, just going in rows. Um, I even have that pattern memorized, but I'll refrain from telling that. And there's just so many. There's just so many in that list alone. So just check that out. Okay. Um, and if you're not sure, you still can't find what you're looking for, just email me, bonniebay@me.com, and I'll get back to you. Oh wow. Thank you, Hannah, for congratulating Cynthia on that. I probably should have said congrats on that throw. That can be uh, a hard one. Oh, good, Ann. She says, got my pattern and plan to make it next week. Yay! I remember that's an old one, guys. I did that back in the days when Red Heart Yarn was still based out of Charlotte, North Carolina, because that was a free pattern I did for Red Heart Yarns. They paid me for the design work. That's why they can offer it for free to promote their yarn. That's kind of how that works. Okay, we have Joni says, oh wow, she says, Hannah, I finished the scarf for my son the other day. Yes, wow. Doesn't it feel good to finish stuff? I am very close to finishing some things. Let me segue into that. You've seen the hat. I'll put that over there. I am still working on this. This is a project coming in. I'm gonna commit to January. This is coming in January. It's called the Winter White. This is the center. It's folded in half at this point, but I'm this far. This is where I left off. I'm on the diamond stitch, so I've just got to finish the diamond stitch, and then I have another section that, well, let me show you. This is what I got to finish. I'm about here, so I need to do here all the way to here again to finish that. And once I do, then I get to put the knotted fringe on it. I'm a fringy girl. I love fringe. When I started designing for Red Heart and Caron Yarns many years ago, and one of the first things I was told from Red Heart is like, no fringe, no fringe. Okay. But this one is from the Aran Afghans leaflet. They are in stock. If you look in the video description, I have a link there. They are in stock with Leisure Arts. I've placed an order for another box of them. I'm waiting for them to come any day now. So there are the physical copies. Remember, this is the one that went out of print because this was my very first publication ever. There are 5 throws in there. It does not have video tutorials, but I do have a list of video stitches that will pretty much cover everything in the leaflet. But I'm working on my very first start to finish complete video tutorial for the Winter White, and so that will be coming in January sometime. It'll be after we're hopefully have survived the holidays, and we're taking a deep breath, a sigh of relief, and so anyway, the pattern is in the booklet through Leisure Arts. So that's the only place that you can find it. If you go to Amazon, you're going to see a copy there for, I don't know, $400 or something crazy. Basically, Amazon doesn't have them in stock. So there's somebody out there trying to scalp, a copy. Don't buy from people who do that, okay? I don't do that. When I was down to my last copies of this, this is way before I knew they were going to republish it. I was down to, I think, 10 of the last copies, except for the copies that I save in my archives. And I just sold them at regular price. Don't pay astronomical prices for something like that. I don't think people should do that. But anyway, that's just me. I just I don't like it when people do that. And when people resell things like that, just know that I have nothing to do with that. I see zilch, nada, nothing from that. Um, anyway, and that goes for all designers or authors that you see. If people are selling, reselling things, that's just between you and the reseller. It has nothing to do with the author. So anyway, um, Hannah, thank you for doing such a good job saying hey to everybody. And we have a Kim in the chat. I must have missed that somewhere. And again, I'm sorry if I miss you, if I miss your name, guys. It's not on purpose. It's because it just didn't feed properly, or I just missed it. I made a mistake. I'm quite capable of doing that. Okay. And Deborah. Oop, I just got a bunch of comments load. I gotta find where I am. Hey, I see Johnny in the chat. Johnny, good to see you, my friend. I'm sure you're enjoying some good weather down there in South Florida. I still want to get down there at some point. And I'll let you know when I head down. Okay, I found my place. Deborah says, I'm finishing up a birthday present Afghan for my daughter. Her birthday is on Sunday. It's a Frankenstein project with motifs from 4 different patterns. It's got the Starry Night pattern in it. Ooh, it's got some Van Gogh going there for you. That sounds delightful. I would love to see a picture of that, even if it's just for me to look at, Deborah, if you get a chance. If not, no problem. And okay, so Anne is starting with her list. Okay, Oh Holy Night, noted. I'll have to write that. That's one of my favorites. I'll see if I can dust that one off for you. And okay, Away in a Manger. Okay, I'll have to write that down. And Michelle says, Oh Holy Night. Stephanie says, I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. I've never heard that one, Stephanie, but we will have to look that one up. Okay, thank you, Hannah. Hannah, you're writing those down. Thank you. And that would serve me very well. And make sure to write down I want a hippopotamus for Christmas because I want to find out what that's all about. I'm not sure you want a hippopotamus, do you, Stephanie? Oh, I don't know how to even take care of something like that. All right, we have Denise. She says, hi, Bonnie, Hannah, and everyone. Good to be here with you all. It's -6 here in Wiltshire, UK. And for those of you in the US, you probably mean 6 below in Celsius, which is, what's that? Like in the 20s Fahrenheit, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have a calculator to do the math, and my head is not up to it. But yeah, ooh, that is cold. You're freezing, girl. We're gonna be there with you in a few nights. And Ann Butler says my favorite is Carol of the Bells. Got that one down, Hannah? Carol of the Bells. And by the way, if I do these carols, I mean, I might be able to do some singing if I don't know. We'll see. I'm mostly going to try to stick with the flute and whistle, but we'll see. We'll see what we can do. We might be the comedy show for all we know. Yeah, and Black is in our chat. She says, "Oh Holy Night," and Michelle M says, "Hark the Herald Angels Sing." Yes, we write that one down. Mary, did you know? Oh, that's a beautiful song, Anne. Hannah, I didn't know that. Did you know, Mary? Did you know that was actually written by your favorite comedian guy? I forget his name, but he is hilarious. He's super clean, and I mean, I still remember some of the stories this man tells. I can't remember his name, but Hannah, you can probably post it in the chat. Mark Lowry, thank you, Mark Lowry. Oh my gosh, if you're having a really sad day and you're down in the dumps, look up Mark Lowry on YouTube and just watch some of his comedy stuff. It's funny. You can watch it with your kids. He's amazing, and he loves the Lord. I mean, his story is incredible. That's a great song, Elaine. Thank you for suggesting that. And Alana says, "I'll be home for Christmas" or "Silver Bells." We'll add them both to the list. And Kelly says, "Oh Holy Night, Silent Night, Little Town of Bethlehem." We can do that. And Johnny says, "My grown-up Christmas list." Is that a song, Johnny? We'll write that one down, Hannah. We'll look it up. Hope you're being good, Johnny. uh, um, and see, Hockey Queen says, "Beautiful Star of Bethlehem." Wow, I'm gonna have to look a lot of these up. I've got a lot of music books. May have to look online for some of these. Yay! And Cindy says, "Just a Girl" by Brandon Heath. Wow, it's gonna be fun for me just to maybe learn some new songs from you guys. That's great. Um, and "Carol of the Bells" from Kelly. She says, "From Kenny Rogers." Well, I'm not sure I can look or sound like Kenny, but I'll see what we can do. I'll see what we can do, Kelly. Um, and Tamara, oh, she says, "Ciao, ciao, Tamara. So good to have you here." And Ann Butler, yeah, she says she's not heard that one either. And "Jingle Bells Ring." Jingle Bells, is that Bing? Jingle Bells Bing and the Andrews Sisters. Hmm. Um, yeah, I don't know about that. Let's see. Thank you, Hannah, for putting those dishcloth patterns in. Yeah, Deborah, I agree with you about talking to Michelle about that's what's wonderful for Christmas. Family is what's most important. Amen. Especially after the years we've been through with COVID and "thou shalt not cross thy border," of the state and all that nonsense. But so good. Yeah, that we're past that. Sorry, a little bit of residual bitterness dripping. Okay, hold on a second. Sorry, guys, I cannot unplug the phone. This is not my house. So, okay, somebody must have picked it up. Oh, okay. And Deborah's talking about another pattern. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys, if you're looking for some beautiful Christmas music, there are many albums that I love to listen to when I'm driving, but two that I go back to all the time that are some of my favorite. Um, there's the Christmas album by Mercy Me, and Hannah knows what I'm talking about. And there's a Christmas album, it's an oldie, it's by Wayne Watson. Wayne Watson, he's a blast from the past, I guess. I mean, a wonderful man, still does music. He's a musician, music producer, all sorts of things he does. Um, but he was really big in the 80s. He has still, hands down, in my opinion, the best Christmas album out there. He has some original music, but a lot of the standards that you're used to. It just sings them beautifully. And if you ever see me driving around town and I'm listening to it, you'll probably hear me through the glass if the windows are up, because I just love singing along with that man. He is so good. Um, all right, let's see. Where was I here? Take a look at the clock and take a look at my list. I talked about that and that. For those of you, just a little plug here for the beginning book. Bonnie's Beginning Book of Crochet is still currently 20% off on Amazon for a limited time. So if you guys are looking to give that to somebody or even get a copy, check that out. Unfortunately, my Etsy store. My Etsy store is fine with the PDFs, but when I am on the road, just for those of you who may see the links in the video description, and if you're looking for an autographed copy of any of my books, they will be available in early January. I just can't carry all of that when I'm traveling, so that's why they're not available just yet, but they will be available again. So if that's something you've wanted to get or interested in, and the copies of the Aran Afghans will be available in that store as well. But a lot of times you can get a lot of these things cheaper just having them Amazon delivered, especially if you have the Amazon Prime like I do. But anyway, I am going to be just a heads up. I'm going to be making one design, a hat and scarf soon out of this. This was the second publication ever that I ever did. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you which one I'm going to make. And I'm gonna make it in a teal blue, not the same color blue here, but what is the name of this one? Braided hat and scarf set. I'm going to be making this, the video tutorials for the scarf and the hat coming soon, early 2023, just to let you know. So this was the second publication, and again, this was published like 2010. Let me verify. I think because this was right about the same time. Huh, where did I put the publication? Okay, 2010. Wow, so that makes it's going on 13 years old. So 12 years old. Ooh. So and this one is still very much available on the Leisure Arts site. I think they're on Amazon too. But if you were looking for very quick hat and scarf sets, or even want to make some even like now for Christmas gifts, there is time. If you get a copy of this, they come together very quickly. And some of you could probably do the hats in a couple hours, the scarves maybe 3 or 4 hours. I mean, it does not take a lot of yarn for any of these, really. So that's one of the publications that got it all started. All right, and Johnny says, "Whoa!" Going back to the chat, he says it's 75 degrees and beautiful in South Florida. Ah, wouldn't that be nice? I could just picture myself driving my Miata down Brooklyn Avenue now, but in my mind, right? I'm gonna do that again at some point once I get a chance to drive down there. If I do want to, I don't know, I might want to fly if I get to visit down there again. All right. Swati's in the chat. It's good to see you, Swati, from LA. And she says, Happy Friday. Hope everyone is well. Let me make sure I haven't missed anybody. Okay, I think I'm on track. Okay, Anne says she's not far from Andover in Massachusetts. Wow. Yeah, we used to go, I don't know if, I guess BJ's is still there. We used to go shopping just across the border in New Hampshire, to go to BJ's. And for those of you who don't know much about New Hampshire, there's no sales tax on food. So we could go up across the border and buy whatever and no state tax, which was kind of an anomaly. I never lived in a place where you could do that because I've always paid lots of taxes where for the most part, I've always paid at least state tax, right? But yeah, no state tax in New Hampshire, which is kind of cool. Of course, if you buy a car, that doesn't work. If you buy a car, but you the car, you pay taxes according to where you live. We learned that early too. And it works that way when you buy a car in South Carolina, like I did, you pay the state where you live a pile of taxes. I did that not long ago. Anyway, Hannah just sent me a text here, says that Thomas needs some help or advice. I'm working on a waffle stitch. Is that a waffle stitch? Okay, that's different than a wattle stitch, by the way. A waffle stitch beanie in a red and white and blue color scheme, and got stuck last night looking for a strong masculine stitch to finish it with. I have an idea but wanted some advice. Okay, sorry about that, Hannah. Hannah's having trouble with her live chat. Hannah, you might want to look at the top. I don't know if you can change it to live chat. I'm not sure what the problem is with that, but I'm sorry you're having that, honey. Thomas, I absolutely love ribbing. I use it a lot. There's nothing wrong with reusing ribbing on things, and that's something. If you see some of my patterns, it may seem a little redundant, but it's if you look at anything that you're wearing, I bet 9 out of 10 sweaters you own has ribbing, around the sleeves, around the bottom, around the collar. Ribbing. I would end the hat with ribbing. I think it can be masculine. It's not necessarily a feminine finish at all. I think it goes either way, in my opinion. Definitely don't do shells or lacy stuff. I mean, unless that's what you want. But I'm just saying, knowing my men in my family, they would rather be shot than to wear something that looks frilly in the least in any way. So I would definitely say ribbing, which is front post, back post, front post, back post, and you can work that. You don't even have to turn. Don't turn at the end. You can turn, it doesn't matter. But when I work mine, I don't even turn. I just join at the end of the round and then just don't turn. Just do another round until you get the thickness that you like. It's a bit of a yarn eater, but one thing that's nice about it is it adds. See this? It adds elasticity to the rim of the hat, so that helps the hat to stay on better as well. So if you don't, excuse me, if you need more information than that, feel free to reach out to me, bonniebay@me.com, and you can even send pictures of the hat, and we can interact that way. I love helping people in that way right now. I don't have millions of subscribers, so I have the time to be able to offer that. If I ever get to where I can't do that, I'm going to have to limit that only to my watch subscribers. And I'll put a little plug in for that. Now, for those of you looking for spam free, uninterrupted, high quality crochet instruction, which includes a lot of complementary patterns. These are patterns that you normally would have to go to my online, either Etsy or my Lovecraft store, and purchase the download. The membership, which is $6.95 a month, or it's cheaper than that per year. Was it $69.50 or something like that, in that ballpark for the year. So it is cheaper by the year than it is from month to month, but you don't have to commit if you don't want to. You can always try the service, see if you like it, and if you don't like it, it's easy to get out of it. You can just cancel if you try it for a month and you don't like it. It's only $6.95, which is, honestly, it's less than the cost of a Starbucks coffee and a bagel. And I know people don't even think twice about going through the drive-through and spending a lot of just money on things like that. So that's kind of how I compare, and it does help me. It does help me to be able to work at home and not have to do substitute teaching anymore. Yay! And so that I can try to develop high quality patterns. And it also, the watch, it's at watch.bonniebaycrochet.com. The link is in the video description. There is exclusive content there that you will not find on my public channel. I'm keeping some of the best of the best kind of in a safe haven so that it doesn't get stolen by some other YouTubers. And yes, I have had that problem, even with my published designs. Published with Penguin Random House, even some of those designs have been stolen. So I'm trying to be careful, keeping it from my sweet crochet friends. Anyway, all that to say, if that's something you're looking for, and another positive thing about that is if you don't like algorithms sharing your video habits with the world like most other things do. I don't share any personal information. I don't track you, and I don't share that with information with anybody, period. So you can watch as much or as little, and you can download the patterns free of charge. Not everything has a PDF download. If I don't own there's some things that I don't actually own the copyright to, which would not include the free pattern. And let me just clarify that this is one design that is the case, because this is technically owned by Leisure Arts. They've given me permission to make these videos for now. So anyway, put a little plug in for that. Let me say one more thing. Well, a few more things, but anyway, I mentioned this last week, and again, please don't take offense if this doesn't apply to you. If it doesn't apply to you, just ignore me right now. But for those of you who would like to read the Bible through, the Holy Bible, in a year, I try to do this as many times as I can. I'm coming to the concluding chapters. I know how the story ends, at least in the Bible, but I'm coming to I'm working my way through Revelation and Isaiah. I'm finishing up another trip from beginning to the end of the Bible. And I use this Bible read. It's called Book at a Time Bible Reading Plan. It's by discipleship journal. I have a link in the video description. You can download a free copy. No one's going to track you. You don't have to pay anything, and it's not asking for donations. You just click on that, and you can just download a copy of this. And what I love about it is every seventh day there is not an assignment. So if you fall behind at all, and the assignments are not demanding at all, if you fall behind, you can catch up on that seventh day. And this is my secret also with this. If you fall behind and you don't get it read through in a year, so what? I'm actually on this last trip through. I'm taking like a year and a half to do it. I'm not rushing. I want to when I do the reading, I want to be able to do it when I'm going to be able to receive and understand it and process it, if you know what I mean. I'm not reading it just to read it. So if you're looking for a way to keep yourself accountable, just check this out. I've used many plans, and again, it's all free. This one is my absolute favorite. I've used this one. I printed out a clean copy. I've used my other copy probably 6 or 7 times, and I've had so many checks. I needed to get a clean one so that I can start new checks on it. So do check that out if you need a little push, a little boost. And I promise you, if you've never done that before, it'll surprise you. It'll surprise you. Lots of good stuff in it. All right. Oh, good, Hannah. She got her thing to work for her. Yeah, there's so many buttons and things to push. You know, a lot of people have a hard time even finding the video description. If you look right below the video, you'll see like a box, and then it'll say a little word. They'll say show more. If you click on show more, a bunch of things open up, and you see a lot of links that I've been talking about. If you're watching from your cell phone, there's like a little triangle, triangle, and if you click on it, it'll open up and you'll see a bunch of links that I've been talking about. I know sometimes they're not as intuitive as the software developers think they are. All right, I've been talking a lot lately here. All right, if I missed you guys, I am so sorry. Yeah, thank you, Johnny, for checking on Hannah. I actually forward your emails to her and to Becky this last time, just so that they know that you're thinking of them. I so appreciate that. I feel like we're old friends already. I mean, it's just we just haven't met yet. Yeah, and Thomas, I'm reading your comment again. Definitely send me if I didn't cover that well enough. Definitely email me. Your emails are welcome, folks. I promise. I'm not kidding. Cynthia says I can never get my popcorn stitch to pop. Cynthia, send me a picture. Take a photo, a good photo. Take a couple photos and send it to me, and let me look at them, see what I can do. Or if you even want to video yourself making a popcorn, that would actually help me a lot more. It's kind of funny. Deborah's jealous of Johnny's weather. She says, I really need to move to Florida. Yeah, except for the hurricanes. Florida's amazing, Deborah. Those hurricanes, though, you got to look out. But hey, we get tornadoes here, so you know it's different no matter where you are. Okay, thank you, Thomas. I'm reading your answer. He says, I did hear the answer, and there's nothing wrong with ribbing. I was just trying to learn something new. Yeah, I get that. Thomas, you know what you could even do, and I've done this a number of times. I'm giving my secrets away. Is just do a straight up Google search for men's hats, or men's knit hats or men's crochet hats. Try those 3 combinations, and then hit images. Once you do the Google search, then hit the word images, and then it'll bring up a bunch of photos, just photos, so they're not looking at links and not having to sift through, and see if there's anything there that you like. If you see something that you think would be better than ribbing, and you want some hints on maybe how to do something, screenshot it, send it to me, and we can have a discussion about it. I'm trying to think if I've ever done anything different on men's hats. I mean, you could And you could even do like a four post, like a four post cable, and then, four, some ribbing, and then four post cable, some ribbing. You can do something like that, and see if it's, it's to your liking. I mean, there are a lot of things I guess you can do. It's, you got me thinking now. So, oh, we have Freaky Geek in the chat. She says, I don't mind getting missed by snowballs. Snow is cold after all. Oh, wow. Um, what's this? Stephanie says, I've seen a pattern very similar to yours just pop up, and I was wondering about that stealing stuff. Hmm. You can always send me a picture, Stephanie. Screenshot it and send me a photo. I can let you know. There are a lot of patterns though that are what I would call just very basic patterns, and people. One time, someone did accuse me of that for my very beginner level hat, and it was baseless on their part, because I mean, using the double crochet, you're not allowed to use that. That's nonsense. I mean, people use stitches all the time. Stitches, as far as I understand, cannot be copyrighted, and there are a lot of things out there that look very similar. But if it's something that's, particular style that I have published, let me know. I would be interested. But I've actually had people steal not just my idea, my stitch work, and teach it as theirs, but they even stole my photography. So when they're stealing your photography, and when you do like if you see pictures like this, let me know, and I can let the publisher know, and we can shut it down cold. But it's that's really hard these days, because once it leaves the U.S., like I've had particular trouble with, or there's somebody who has a website in South America, and there's somebody in Russia doing this to my stuff. But, there's not a whole lot I can do, but there will be a day, and somebody much bigger than us and more powerful is going to deal with it and take care of that. And that gives me peace. So I'm okay. But if you do see something that you think they're stealing from anybody, either me or another designer, contact them and let them know. And if it's something, that's in publication through a publication company, they can be liable for that. So we can, try to deal with it. Um, and Kellyanne wants to know, where can I purchase the blanket that you're showing? Sorry, came in late. Kellyanne, this is part of the Erin Afghans to Crochet. There should be a link in the video description. You can get the booklet. It looks like this. It's a leaflet, and it has 5 patterns in it. 5. I don't have a copy to show you right now. It's at home, but I have some on order. I should have some next week. Um, they are on Leisure Arts. Okay, and all right. And the name of it is Winter White, and it's one of 5, and it's the only one that's going to have a complete video tutorial in that leaflet. Um, yeah, Hannah's talking about the people stealing stuff. Yeah, musicians. It's really hard for musicians too because of that. People stealing all the time. And oh, good. Thomas says he does have an idea. Good. Um, okay, great. Yeah, I would love to see a picture of your work, Thomas. That would be great. Yeah, Thomas, just contact me. I don't know what I'm looking at the question. Yeah, just contact me privately, and we can get that. Oh, thank you, Kelly. All right. So let me go ahead. I'm going to read. I need to release Hannah. I went a little bit over. Yes, Hannah. It's in the Erin Afghans to Crochet leaflet. It's available from Leisure Arts. Just click on the video description. The link in the video description below for Erin Afghans to Crochet. Oh, thank you, Freaky Geek. Merry Christmas to you all. You too, sweetheart. That is so kind of you. Well, let me go ahead and read, since we're talking about Christmas carols. And don't forget, we were earlier, in case you missed that. In case you missed that, next week, I'll put a little note in the community section. I'm going to try to broadcast from my Sapphire Freeway channel tomorrow, next week, next Friday. So if you don't see me here, that could be why. Now, if that doesn't work out and I can't broadcast from the Sapphire Freeway channel, I'll be broadcasting again here. And I thought it would be fun to just have like a little Christmas musical fun time. And I want to play just really as a thank you as well for all the, just the support that you give me every week, for years now. Going to be playing some Christmas carols. So send me, you can put it in the live chat, or you can put it in the comments below after the broadcast. Let me know what your favorite Christmas carol is, and if I can find the song, and if it's an appropriate song, I would love to include that in the playlist, and would just like to kind of play some songs and just share some Christmas thoughts with you next week. So I'm going to go ahead. I want to read to you the words to one of my favorite Christmas carols. This was written by Edmund H. Sears in the 1800s, and the music by Richard Willis, again in the 1800s. It's called "It Came Upon the Midnight Clear," and it's based upon the verse in Luke 2:14, which says, "Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace." It came upon the midnight clear, that glorious song of old, from angels bending near the earth to touch their harps of gold. Peace on earth, goodwill to men, from heaven's all gracious King. The world in solemn stillness lay, to hear the angels sing. Yet the woes of sin and strife the world has suffered long. Beneath the angel strain have rolled 2,000 years of wrong. And man at war with man hears not the love song which they bring. Oh, hush the noise, ye men of strife, and hear the angels sing. All ye beneath life's crushing load, whose forms are bending low, who toil along the climbing way, with painful steps and slow. Look now, for glad and golden hours come swiftly on the wing. O rest beside the weary road, and hear the angels sing. For lo, the days are hastening on, by prophet bards foretold, when the ever-circling years come round the age of gold. When peace shall over all the earth its ancient splendors fling, and the whole world give back the song, which now the angels sing. It's going to happen one day, guys. It's coming. That day is coming. Can't wait. Well, you guys have an amazing week. Don't do too much out there. Enjoy. Take time. Breathe from the busyness, and just reflect on why we're doing all of this, okay? And have a great week, and I hope to see you next week at Sapphire Freeway. If you get a chance, I will put notes on the community. I'll try to funnel you guys over, but hope to see you there if I can. God bless. Bye-bye.